in the hole, but my grip's getting stronger. Won't be wrong much longer. Paper hands, they keep telling me to fold. Paper hands, but my story's yet untold. I've been betting on myself and the odds don't make sense. Paper hands, turning diamonds from the sands. Late night studying candles and the volume flows. Every dip and rally, man, nobody knows. Hedge funds got the inside track, that's the truth. But I'm scrapping for my future, been paying my dues. Red days, green days, roller coaster ride. Watching portfolio swing with the changing tide. They manipulate the market while we fight for crumbs. But this underdog's got thunder when the moment comes. They say fold, fold, fold when you got nothing to hold. But my grip's getting stronger, won't be wrong much longer. Paper hands, they keep telling me to fold. Paper hands, but my story's yet untold. I've been betting on myself when the odds don't make sense. Paper hands, turning diamonds from the sands. From the small town to the trading floor, been counting pennies, now I want more. Every rejection made me tougher than before. Paper hands don't mean I can't even score. Paper hands, they keep telling me to fold. Paper hands, but my story's yet untold. I've been betting on myself when the odds don't make sense. Paper hands, turning diamonds from the sands. Paper hands, watch me turn it all around. Paper hands, lost but now I'm finally found.
Jano, we start small but we dream big. Coffee crew in the ocean. Small account, big art. Trading from the start. Every morning check the charts, opening my soul, yeah. Babylon system trial is down, but we rise up, come back home. Buffy family all around, you be our strength seen. We keep pushing on till the breakthrough come. Short squeeze, set us free, from poverty, Goofies we be, small money, big dreams, nothing like it seems. Hold the line, freedom will be mine. Check the pre-market, watch it climb. Brothers texting all the time. Hold strong, now this our time, Jah will provide, yeah. Red candles try break our will, but Goofy crew standing still. Mountain high, we gonna climb, victory divine, see. We keep pushing on till the breakthrough comes. Short squeeze, set us free, from poverty, Goofies we be, small money, big dreams, nothing like it seems. Hold the line, freedom will be mine. From $20 counting pound to financial freedom, Goofy crew believing. Diamond hands, diamond hearts. Together we no fall ever apart, ever lie. In the land we shall see our love. For righteousness our God, yeah. Righteousness our God. Shot squeeze, shot squeeze. Set us free, set us free, set us free. From poverty, from poverty. Innocent will be. Goofies we be, goofies we be. Small money, big dream. Nothing like it seems. No division. Hold the line till the end of time. Freedom will be mine. Freedom will be mine. Goofy crew. Small up, come big heart. Small up, come big heart. Yeah. Jah provide. Jah provide.
Hello. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna turn this down. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Therapy is now in session. We'll go over a few things here. We'll discuss why this did what it did, or allegedly why it did. We obviously won't know until we get some data. But if you guys, well, I know you guys were looking at the stock. If you are aware of yesterday or last night at the German exchange, the stock actually ran up to around $2. Okay, well, these are euros, but it went higher than $2, and it closed around $1.91. Didn't not close, but when the U.S. market opened, we were around $1.90, and all of a sudden it crashed here, and it crashed here. We never got to see this higher than $1.45 on the U.S. market. Why is that? You tell me. I don't know. Let me turn that down. Let me put the chat dog on. Where is it? There it is. So good to see you in here. I know they're eating. Yeah, we all need a little therapy. I'm with you guys. I promise you on everything. I haven't sold. I didn't sell. I'm still expecting this to bounce. However, I am not happy, just like many of you. And we're going to go through a few things, a few data points to see if we could pinpoint what exactly is going on. If you didn't watch the video from yesterday, I suggest you do. It's about the cat system and how it got defunded and how that plays into market manipulation. So go ahead and check that out whenever you get a chance. But this morning it was pure selling. If I bring back the tweet I had earlier, you could see at the point where I posted this. This is 3 a.m. Pacific, my time, 6 a.m. Eastern. That was an update for 3 hours, right? Almost 4 hours into market open. There was basically no shares available, okay? No supply. This is verified on Ortex as well. There was absolutely no supply to short the stock. If we open up the dark pool numbers, chart exchange, and we go into GNS, I don't know if it's changed recently, but the dark pool is really low. And I'm going to tell you why I think that is. It still is. Yeah, this should be up to up to time here. 11:28 Eastern. It's 11. Yeah. It's this should be ready for another update. But the off exchange dark pool is 38.14%, guys. That means the lit market was 61.86%. That means if you believe this data, which now there's 250,000 shares available and the cost to borrow went up, it makes no sense. If you were to believe this data from the dark pool levels, cost to borrow, and supply, it's telling you here that there was some selling pressure going on, okay? Now, I'm not telling you this is what happened, and I'm not trying to push this as this happening, okay? We would have no proof of this. This is most likely just market makers using their exemptions and creating failure to deliver, right? We would find out in T+2. So we'll see in a few days, maybe even later in the day, if it's the market maker. The other two scenarios would be a big whale selling off, like an institution or an insider selling off, okay? And again, this is proven by this here, by the dark pool numbers. Off exchange is pretty low. The last scenario would be the one that I don't want you guys to panic on because we have no proof. This is just the options, okay? I'm not telling you this is what happened, so don't freak out. Is dilution. Those would be the only scenarios as to this happening. Market makers, whales, or dilution. Because the lit market is going. So let's get into the chat real quick. I'll say hi to you guys, let you guys vent. I'll repeat what you say. I'll speak for you, and we'll go from there. So another Eden, I already said hello. Hava says total normal trading activity, not shady at all. Exactly. And also, guys, if you didn't watch the video yesterday, based on math, I did some math here, going through filings and outstanding shares and shares available and escrowed shares and everything. The public float of the stock is 53 million. Okay, so the stock is tiny. That means today, if that math is correct, the stock has traded the whole float over, and it's only gone down. So you are witnessing potential manipulation at its finest, or some big whale selling here. Those are the only scenarios. Zachary says, I don't think they're taking Roger or Wes seriously. Oh no. No. No, these guys are the main guys, man. Market makers. I mean, Roger didn't just go after a broker or a hedge fund. He went after the guys that have market maker exceptions, right? They could do the short laddering, they could sell, they could create shares out of thin air. As long as they return them. Yeah, so the CAT system is pretty much what tracks all the alleged rehypothecation, aka naked short selling. Okay? It's what tracks failures to delivers, right? To the microsecond. It tracks all this data, and you could see it publicly. Well, that got defunded.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
unfortunately, thanks for the subscription, David. Since this got defunded, it gave them pretty much unchecked power, right? No checks and balances for the market maker. So the market maker is allowed to do all this shit and get away with it cleanly, right? Now, their job is supposed to be liquidity, all right? This is not creating liquidity. This is blatant abuse of power if it's them doing it. You understand me? This is 100% proof for Roger. He doesn't even need share intel. This is obvious proof. You witnessed it. You witnessed it live. Excuse me. Hey man, why every time I get on here you start playing with that toy? Sorry about that. All right, let's go. Let's go continue the chat, and then I got something else to say about that as well. Loading in here. Wish I had saved some of this weekend's cider and wine for today. Yeah, it's knocking my top shelf beer down into some Bud Light or some nasty stuff. You know. Jason in here says Roger just opened the share floodgates or what? I don't think so. It's a possibility. Something definitely happened here, guys. I'm not telling you that's what happened. This is mostly likely a market maker using their exemptions, but the lit market is showing 61.86%. Now, this data is supposed to come straight from like FINRA, right? Or one of the regulators. So this is supposed to be real data here. You shouldn't be able to manipulate this too much. I know what they can't manipulate is the cost to borrow. And this makes no sense. We went over it yesterday on the video I made, and we've gone through it in Discord and on lives. Going from 0 to 250, okay, the cost to borrow doesn't make any sense. Think of this as supply and demand, right? These changes are crazy. Look, you went from 850,000 shares to 0, okay? And the cost to borrow didn't do nothing. It stayed the same here. That's fake. That's manipulated. Okay? That's manipulated. Whether it's people getting special favors on cost or whatever it is, either way it's manipulated. Okay? That's no bullshit lie. You can see it yourself. It's right here. It's backed by Ortex as well. Dude, hey man. Stop. Just for a little bit. I'll play with you right now, bud. Sorry about that, guys. He's having fun. I don't know if you could hear him. Let's see what else we got. I'll catch up on the chat. Oh, there's nobody really chatting. Jack says, getting a bad feeling. I mean, it can't get much worse than it is right now. We were trading at these levels where we're at right now for months, right? I think the one thing that sucks is we didn't get the volume we thought we would with retail, right? We started getting it, but I mean, come on, guys, this should be in the billions. The attention that it was getting over the weekend, it did nothing for us, unfortunately. We need a retail to step up as a whole, right? Some of them did. A lot of you guys did. You probably bought more. I bought more. But we didn't get the backing that we should have. Now, saying that, I still see the stock having a nice rebound. Okay, I don't think we're going down much lower. I think we should be able to test back between 110 and 123 here at some point, if not today, tomorrow. But I don't think we filled that gap to 88. Low 88.29. What was this candle? 86.10. So it didn't even fill the gap. Oh, 86.29. No, yeah, we filled the gap. We filled the gap. So let's see what happens with TA. Let's see if there was new shorts that jumped in. I don't know where they would get the shares from, but let's see if they cover towards the end of the day, take their profits, and we start going back up. Volume is now 58.21 million. We're up 8% a day, trading at 93.40, 93 cents 40. Earlier in the day, a lot of the sales were, I mean, this whole thing on the right here was blood red. There was no green going on from 3:30 in the morning. It was blood red. The spread has tightened up. I did notice that this is no longer hard to borrow, which is another concerning thing to look at if that's true. But we're going to have to wait a day or two to see if that's accurate. Unfortunately, we don't get up to the second data like they do, right? That's the advantage that they have. The creator of service says he's ready to drink vodka on Wednesday and Thursday on his day off. Hopefully, we get a nice move before then. It's just disappointing. I'm not saying the stock's not going to go up and consolidate maybe around 130, 120 or something. A leg up. I think what sucks is that we had a great opportunity to do something special over the weekend. I think Roger dropped the lawsuit at the right time. Unfortunately, it's just not playing out for us today. They found a way to stop it. B Dub says, I don't think there was dilution. Is it even possible to add the money in pre market or after hours? That's a good question. I actually don't know that. I don't know how their shelf offering works. It's Amex, right? Let's see if AI knows. Let's look it up. Can companies do offerings during pre market or after hours? It says, yeah, companies can conduct offerings during pre market and after hour trading sessions, but these offerings typically occur outside of regular trade hours. However, the actual trading of the offered shares may be limited due to lower liquidity. See, the problem is that we had high volume during pre market. Let's go see if we could find some institutional selling here. We could have an institution sell. There was an institution with like 1.9 million. It might have even been another market maker. Thank you, bud. Thank you for stopping your noise. Oh man. Da, 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 da. Today's the 17th. Oh my god, I gotta verify I'm human. November 17th, 2025. Nah, this is about them. This is the actual filing, the 6K for the lawsuit. On November 15th, 2025, the company attorney Christian Tar filed a class action complaint in the United States District Court of the Southern District of New York alleging the Citadel Securities and Virtu Americas. Okay, so this is just the official filing for it. See if there's anything more. The SEC and other regulators specifically found that during the class period. Okay, just explaining it. November 10th. Company share purchase agreement with Nano Creative. Okay. That could be it. Oops. Owners, institutional owners. This is Roger buys from July. 7.5 million shares. Ayrton Capital. Oh. Oh, this was a while ago though. They sold off around May. So I don't understand where this supply is coming from. We're gonna have to get an update with all this stuff. 1114. Oh, here you go. Minus 100. How many shares was this? 0 shares. Oh, 83 shares. Yeah, what? They owned 83 shares of the stock? No way. I don't know what that is. That's beyond I don't know how these institutions buy and sell. Susquehanna, that's another market maker. Market makers like GNS, Virtu, Susquehanna, trying to create some liquidity, I guess. Let's look at the price. 93.75. Nyan says it's just a gap fill. Yeah, we filled the gap. But the amount of volume it took to get down there, and now we're pinned again, magically in this box that we've talked about for a long time. Look at this. We've been in this demand zone, the demand area, consolidation area for since August 8th. No, actually, since back here. Since August. Since the 1st of August, end of July, we've been pretty much in this box, consolidating here, right? That I did a post where I seen the majority of the holdings are at 107. So 107, if you break 107, it's they're they could get a margin called. 107, we battled there for a while today. Let's see how many times we were there. 107. Put it on the 5 minute. Yeah, we hit 108, 107, and we just couldn't break out of it, and they just pinned us down here, back in this box again below the VWAP. So we're probably not hitting scanners anymore. Sucks. Not gonna lie. Look at these candles. Peter says nobody plays by the rules. That's 100% facts. David says, thanks for all you do. Can you touch base on what you think the purpose for the 1 billion share offering? Why such a high number? Have you ever seen anyone revoke an offering? Yeah, people revoke offerings all the time. I think he has that shelf offering, in my opinion, for Bitcoin, right? I think Roger believes that the setup that he has with everything going on, the ERL dividend, the buybacks, insider purchase, the lawsuit that he just filed, the arbitration going on in court, that shelf offering is set up perfectly to get the company fundamentally stable, right? He wants to do 1,000 Bitcoin. That shelf offering will get it done on a nice run. To me, it would be ultimately a terrible decision. Barnacle Scraper, welcome in here. It would be a terrible decision to dilute this and use that shelf offering at these low numbers. We have to remember, guys, the last time this ran from 36 cents, it went to $8 on a rumor of a litigation lawsuit, right? There's really no way I can explain to you guys why this is happening. I mean, this was trading at over $2 overseas, and then a couple minutes later, we're down to $1.30, and then they just brought us back down. There shouldn't be any shares available, right? You could say, oh, they brought it down on low liquidity because it's pre-market. No, the volume pre-market, we were around 30, 40 million. This was a legitimate supply according to the chart, right? And to the dark pools. I mean, this This right here, 61% going to lit exchange. It's telling you it was is legit selling pressure. It doesn't line up. It doesn't add up. The cost of borrow is now at 16, right? It went from 20,000 to 250. They're saying more supply was created and it's more expensive to borrow. That doesn't make sense. This should have gone down. And when 850 to zero, this should have gone to like 100% cost to borrow, 40, 50%. That's why I don't believe it was diluted. I really don't. There's potential of it, but I don't see it. This just doesn't make any sense. If it was diluted like that, you bet your ass the shares available would be a lot, right? Because he wouldn't just dilute 250,000 shares. You know what I mean? It would be millions of shares probably, depending on the volume, volatility. He could always do a share buyback if there really is this low number of supply. If he was to do a share buyback right now or tomorrow, he would be able to do more shares because the VWAP and the volume average has gone up since Friday because of the volume. So instead of him being able to buy like 250, 300,000 shares per day on the buyback, he should be able to double, triple that by now. So hopefully he does something or puts the brokers a notice because this is a this is not a fun day. Even though we're up 8%, we are up 8%, guys. Just to let you know. Gary says I can't. Oh, you can't buy on Fraudelity. Yeah, Fraudelity is living up to their name. Jack says thanks for streaming today. Yeah, no problem. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I really don't want to be doing this. I'll be 100% with you. As disappointed as you guys are, I'm very disappointed as well. I've honestly never seen something this blatant. Like this is straight up selling, guys. It doesn't make any sense. The U.S. market is so corrupt. As soon as the U.S. market opened, and you know who's in charge of GNS? It's Citadel and Virtu, the ones getting sued for alleged market manipulation, right? Alleged. I've How many shares traded today? Apparently, it's 58.47 million. In reality, who knows? More synthetics. Yep, they have the market maker exception. Um, Remember, guys, if you buy on a payment for order flow, they internalize the shares, so they can control this times and sales here. And I don't have a image of it. I have a screenshot on my phone, but not on here. You could see that this whole thing was red for like 40. There was not one neutral or one green trade. I have a screenshot of it. I'll probably post it on X later. They just woke up and chose violence. That's what happened. We're the victims. Tom says, I just woke up. Why is the stock going the wrong way? Tom, we're trying to figure it out. It makes no sense, my friend. It makes absolutely no sense why it's going down. It's already traded the whole public float. Not the free float, but the public float. Oh, I saw that on Discord when you posted that. There was a huge 4.8 million candle that bounced to $1.48. Did you happen to take a screenshot of that? Or do you know the time that that happened? See if we can find it. Take off VWAP. You said it went to 148? Yeah, no. Or are you talking about this 145 one that had open? Or was this from yesterday? No, it's from today. 75,000 on this candle. Yeah, nah. I don't see it on the chart. At least not on Weeble. Oh, is it this one right here? I see the volume bar. There it is, 4.3 million. It says the high of the candle is $1.21. The low 115. So it doesn't say $1.48 on my screen, or at least on Weeble. But I'm pretty sure this is the candle you're talking about. It's 4.3 million. Let's look at a different time frame. What time is this? It's at 5 a.m. my time. What time frame did you see it? 5 a.m. Nah. You're gonna have to send me the screenshot on Discord, and I'll look at it after we get off of here. But I don't see it. We're down to 90, 93, 91 cents, up 5% on a day, guys. Volume is 58.59. Market cap is now below 80 million again. The bid and the ask is starting to get a spread again. It looked normal for most of the day, and now it's a 2-cent spread. This is a form of laddering going on here, and I do not understand why we're down at 91 cents. Nothing changed there. No big changes. No big changes. Why does this still say pre-market? They haven't updated this since pre-market? No, that's wrong. I don't know if I trust this data anymore. I don't know. It makes no sense. November 14th. Tomorrow, we're going to have to look at this, the trades here and the volume. And we could track what time they did most of the shorting or selling here. And maybe we could track a filing for that and see who did it. Outside of that, I have no clue. You posted it on Discord? All right. Bet. Oh, you're right. Yep. I don't know what's up with that. Could be a glitch. Could be their market maker exception. Could be them just fixing up the volume, hiding some things there real quick. It's definitely done by an algorithm. So I don't know. Let's see if we can get back up here, back to $1 though. There's the gap. All right. So looks like we're going to test that gap fill again for the second time. If it holds, we should get a nice reversal, aka a nice little double bottom back up here. Expect the move back up to, let's say, around 104, 105. If we get that, we'll go from there. We are definitely oversold, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully, this is a return back up. Has Roger put out anything today? No. Let's go look, but I haven't seen it. Roger's quiet today. Yeah. All I can tell you is if he wants to do a manipulation lawsuit, he better have tracked everything that's happened today. Today was not normal, not a normal day. And we see a lot of manipulation every day, right? You see AMC, you see the stuff that happened with GME, Beyond, One, Donut,
Oh,
Octo.
yeah.
Welcome in here, Jason. You see this happen all the time, but to have it all happen, like get dumped at one time, all the manipulation, is pretty rare. And we got to see it live. You know, they knew that on Mondays at 7 a.m. Pacific, every Monday and Friday, I think they do it every day, but the big margin sweeps happen Mondays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Okay? A lot of these guys, I don't know if it'll show it on Webull. Financials analysis. No, order flow distribution. I guess you could. No, I don't want to see the order flow distribution. Corporate actions. They got the lawsuit filing as negative as well. This has been manipulated on multiple fronts, unfortunately. I guarantee you, if there was an options chain on this, they would have let it run. It would have ran a few dollars minimum because they can make money off of it. As we currently stand, market makers, brokers, hedge funds cannot make money off of GNS. You want to know why they're pinning the stock at that demand zone? Because that's where their cost basis is. Their biggest shorts are around $1.07, and this box here in the accumulation is between 97 and 80. Yeah, let's see 105. This is going to be a really important part of the day here, guys. This is a 15-minute candle. So this closes in about 10 minutes. Be prepared for us to go back down to 88. The whole thing is we have to hold 88 and hope for a reversal, right? If this is algorithms and this truly is market maker exception through their algorithms, and this is why they dropped this to fill this gap for the algorithm, we could see the reversal here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. In the next couple 15-minute candles, right? So the important part is to hold 88.31 or 88.29 and break out of 97. Looks like 97.15. You break out of those two. No, it's 97.40. You break out of those two, then you start an uptrend. You break this short ladder, right? But we'll see what happens here. It's going to be important couple minutes here. What's the bottom looking like? You mean for today or in general? It's going to depend on news being released, right? If this is just algorithms, the bottom is right here probably at the gap fill. If this was insider selling or if this was some type of dilution, then the bottom is obviously going to probably be around 44 cents. But that would be that you believe in the dilution, right? There's no proof of that. Remember, GNS repurchased warrants as well. Okay, there's no signs that these guys want to dilute. They're repurchasing warrants. They have done insider buying, not just Roger. Other insiders has bought as well. Um, excuse me. Outside of that, they've done buybacks. There's still plenty of buybacks available for the stock. Roger still has plenty of shares approved by the board to purchase. And on top of all that, all the shares that he's bought, he's DRS them. So to think that he would actually dilute the stock at these prices would be insane, right? Because he did buybacks at $1.30. He's done them at 94 cents. He's done buybacks higher than we're trading right now. So I mean, nothing's impossible. He could have done dilution, but it would be stupid. It would piss off his retail investors, right? And he would dilute himself for what? A couple million? It makes no sense. I think this is just market makers. Maybe a large institution that bought and sold that we didn't know bought and sold, and we'll get the 13G or whatever the filing is in a couple days or something, right? Another way you could look at this, if you're a trader, if you're a Wyckoff trader like me, is you could look at this as accumulation on the weekly, right? You would look at this as the sell climax, uh, automatic rally, sell test, rally, test, rally, spring, uh, come up, retest, and then go from there, right? So you would get basically this. Can I draw from here? No, no. Hold on. Magnum mode off. Oh, drawing tool. There it is. All right. So basically, you're already getting it. All right. This is a typical Wyckoff here, right? Retest, come up, test again, come up here, test again, come up here, supply, test supply, and then it takes off. The unfortunate thing with this would be that this is a weekly chart, right? So that's saying this would go on until March if it is algorithms doing this, if they were able to control it. It doesn't mean the stock wouldn't go up. It just means that if they truly are in control of this 100%, it's going to be a few months before you even see a move up. This is what happened down here. Okay. Let me get that off. Why am I still drawing? There we go. Take this off. Whoops. Here, I'll bring up Trade View. I have it on there. That way I don't have to redraw it. This already happened on the previous run, which is why I got in the stock in the first place. So, if we go here, we go to Genius Group. Oh, it deleted all my. It deleted all my drawings. That sucks. Anyways, look. Give me 1 second. Take this off. And I'll show you right now what I was talking about. And again, this is only based off if the algorithms are truly in control, right? Roger's trying to get CV Payne rerun. Yeah. That dude's a goofy. He should have been talked to Roger, right? Oh, I misspelled accumulation. It's okay. Ooh, excuse me. So look, on the weekly, this is pretty much what's going on, okay? And let me show you. Let me show you something else. This is going on Discord, and a lot of people know about this. So a lot of you guys know about this. This is the Wall Street psychology chart, right? Let me see if I can pop this out. Move tab to a new window. Okay. Oh, I can do it. Pretty cool. Okay. This is the zoomed in version right here. Here, maybe we can find another one. This right here is a form of this, and this is what's happening here, right? As far as if algorithms are in charge. By the way, for those just listening, we're up 6.59% on the day, trading at near 92 cents. Spread is getting tighter. FINRA. Times and sales. This is FINRA. Wait. FINRA's buying? Hold on, I gotta screenshot this. Ah, shit. Wrong one. There we go. No. Oh, you can't do it here. Sorry, I took a picture of my phone. So these purchases are coming from FINRA, guys. These orders are coming from FINRA. You see this? Hold on, I'm looking at my brokers. I'm gonna be quiet for about a minute. Give me 1 second. Huh. You hardly ever see that. I'm gonna have to do a little deep dive into this. This is just basically off exchange trading, right? But I never see this. You usually see OTC. This literally says FINRA. Roger, if you're watching, what is going on, my friend? All right, back to the whole TA thing. So you guys see that, right? This is accumulation on the weekly. So this could be done maybe by FINRA. I don't know. Who knows? Obviously, it's just a regulator, so I doubt it, but you never know. So here you go. Once again, you see this? Looks pretty good, right? Sell test, AR. I mean, sell climax, AR, sell test, AR. See? Same stuff. Dip, and then spring. Dip, spring. Reversal, retest. That's what's happening right now. That's Wyckoff trading. That's also Wall Street psychology, right? It's pretty similar. We've gone over this a few times. David, are you guys a lot of you guys, have you watched my video on ERL and the clearinghouses, the DTCC, the regulators? My theory is that the NSCC has taken complete charge of GNS, and that's why we've seen the the zombie stock that we've had, right, being controlled. Okay, so my theory is that with SEC Rule 204A2, which is failure to delivers, my theory is that on August 15th, when ERL delisted, they weren't able to do swaps anymore. Usually, a market maker can swap shares between uh, brokers and brokers to other brokers back to market maker, uh, and they could delay a failure to deliver or a dividend basically forever, right? Because they're allowed to do that. It just resets the clock every time. So, for example, if you go to failure to delivers here and you go down here, these failure to delivers have to be covered by T35. See this closing deadline? T35. Okay. Under the circumstance with the asset purchase agreement with ERL, GNS had a 3-for-1 asset purchase agreement. Well, ERL self delisted, and these goofies over here never covered the debt. They just kept ping ponging it. Kind of like what they're doing right now, right? So, my theory is T35 came and went, right? From there, there's regulation rules. There's like Rule 4 that they could delay if it causes like market failure, systemic failure. There's the reason for that would be because there's a FINRA rule 11810 that um, says for the stock to get cleared in a failure to deliver scenario like this, everything has to be purchased. Okay, I keep repeating that, but that's like the main rule. So that means all failure to delivers, like all rehypothecation, all that stuff has to be delivered, right? The problem with that is, in our scenario, is there is no CAT system. The one that tracks all this stuff is pretty much being held by like regulators, not in the public's eyes. So even Roger can't see it. I can't see it. You can't see it, right? All we see is red candles and the volume, bid ask, everything being controlled. Okay. By the way, we're up to 93.54. As we predicted here, we got a nice little double bottom. It didn't quite go to 80, not 88.29. It started bouncing at 90.25. We're now almost at 94 cents. If we get a double bottom here, we're definitely going back to 105 here pretty soon. Minimum 96, 97 cents. Anyways, so after the delay that they're allowed to do, the regulators gave them like an extra 10-day extension from T35. Once that extension runs out, the clearinghouses, the NSCC, which work for the clearinghouse, the DTCC, they take over the debt for defaulting members. Because if they can't physically cover all the alleged rehypothecation, failure to delivers that we can't see, but they can see, the clearinghouse is the books, right? They know, they have the system. They know how many naked shares there are, failure to delivers, or alleged, right? They know what it is. So after that time period, the NSCC, which is a branch of the DTCC, takes over the debt. And their main job is to cover, and we're now trading at 94 cents. Their main job is to cover the debt. So, to close on that theory, could this be regulators purchasing? Could this be the NSCC containing us back into our zombie zone? Definitely. And if you want more details on that, and you don't know what I'm talking about, or want to visually see it more, I have 2 videos on my channel. That's one of them. So go check that out. I explain that whole scenario. Feel free to share it. I don't think a lot of people watch that, like 800 people. But that's what that's about. And now we're seeing FINRA. These shares are being bought off exchange. I'm not saying FINRA is buying, but this is off exchange. And it would normally say OTC, right? And all these shares are neutral. So could this be that, as David brought up? Definitely. Impossible for us to know. So that would make sense why this got so manipulated, right? Because they have even more special powers than a market maker. By the way, we're now trading at around 95 cents, back up 10% on a day. Maybe they're watching the channel. Maybe they're watching this live stream. Crazy. All right, let's go back to the chat. Roger just posted on X. Ooh, I didn't see that. $34 months ago. Oh, you guys both posted that. 34 months ago today, CV Payne. We've been busy fighting ever since and are back with the receipts. Nice. uh Put an emoji. I'm just telling him he has plenty of receipts after today. All right. Cool. Devin, good to see you in here, buddy. We need background music for this session. Bet. I usually turn it off because you guys don't want to listen, but I'll put it on. I'll just turn it down a little bit. Paper hands. Rest in peace to all the paper hands that we lost today. There you go. Is that too loud? Let me know if it's too loud. So if FINRA, I'm not saying FINRA is involved. I'm saying that's an off exchange. There's a difference. All right, we went up to 90. No, we hit $1. We hit 99.33 on this candle, guys. So we called that. Let's see if we get to 105. So 90. We're currently trading at 96.36. Volume's coming back into the stock. That was $1 million worth of volume in the last couple candles. We're now nearing. Oh, we're now nearing 60 million in volume. It's trying to contain us here into this accumulation demand zone here. We are massively oversold. We are about to have a cross on a MACD, and we have a cross on the stochastic. So it looks like we're due to make a move, potentially even higher than I said, right? Maybe go all the way up to 112, maybe even 123, 124 by the end of the day. It would be nice if it was a one candle, but see, here's a FINRA. Here's another one. This one was red. This is a sale from off exchange. Why it says FINRA, I don't know. I'm gonna look into that when I get off of here. 97 cents, guys. 97.23. We're testing the top of this box. Hopefully we get a breakout here. And hopefully FINRA buys up the whole float in one candle. A lot of red in the market. Jason says she's looking like a nice pop is about to happen. Yeah. Oh, it's not looking bad. Stonebridge says the stock has way too much drama. Man. Ain't that the truth? Mid says normal average volume is 2.1 million. You guys notice once we came back down here to this general area of the gap fill, the bid ask spread went back to 2 cents from within a penny. Now it's almost at 3 cents. So it's saying now that the stock is pretty much the locked float again. 3 cent spread. 60 million in volume. 96, 97 share price. Jumping up and down. Oh, excuse me. Is this my setting? This could just be my Weeble setting or something, guys. This FINRA thing on the right. Don't rely on that too much. And I just want to say, when this song came on, we started moving up. You're welcome. Yep. Stocks R Us said that $1 candle was flashed for less than 1 second. Yeah, according to Doge, we had one go to 148. You can't see it on Weeble, but you can see it on this broker. Why does the buy sell pie show? Are you talking about order flow? You're talking about this? Here's the thing with the... Oh, you can look at the price distribution. Like, when it comes to order flow, it could be the same with cost distribution as well. But when it comes to order flow, this is for Weeble only. As far as I think, I'm pretty sure this is for Weeble only. Volume for Weeble. Orders from Weeble. Look, on Friday, that was the 14th, right? The cost distribution, at least for Weeble, average cost was $1.02. And I believe we closed at what? After hours at $1.30? Up 50%. So all these guys right here, whether it's market maker, whoever is here shorting it, right? It had to be somebody big, because they went straight back down to the cost distribution area, so they wouldn't get margin called. Okay, this is them definitely avoiding a margin call. I don't know who's in charge of it. I don't know anything more than assumptions, so don't take it to heart. But I mean, somebody doesn't want to get margin called. They didn't want to fail that margin sweep. Yeah, inflow, outflow. Okay, cool. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. Inflow, outflow. All right. Let me go check Discord real quick. No caps trades, you're getting killed, brother. I don't know if you're in here, but careful. All right, let's go look at Rogers X. Apparently, he's talking a lot right now. 95.40 up 10% on the day, 60 million in volume. We're trying to break out of this 98-cent box. If we do, we're gonna make that run to 105. Let's go to X. Stephanie was asking Roger, I hope you still have share intel on the job. This is market manipulation in real time. All right, and he said, yes, I do. Yeah, that's what I talked about in the video yesterday. Okay, is that it? Did you post anything else? Okay, so he's still tracking everything. That gives me confidence he didn't dilute. Okay, I never thought he did. It doesn't make any sense, but that makes me feel a little more confident and comfortable. Good stuff. Let me know if you post anything new. Let's get back into the chart here. Let's see. On the 15-minute, let's look at the last 4 candles. The first candle, we had volume of 500,000. The following candle, 420,000. The previous candle, from now, the volume jumped up to almost 1,930,000 in volume. And currently, we're at 100,000 on this candle. So the volume hopefully is starting to pick up. We did go from 50-something million this morning back up to 60 million. So the volume is there, guys. We're trading at 94.80. The volume is there. Obviously, the price is not where we want to go, but there's definitely movement going on. And now there's a 10,000 purchase here off exchange. I think instead of saying OTC, it just says FINRA on Webull. I updated it today. That could be it. $0.95. The SPY did go down today, but it shouldn't have dragged us down that much. So I wouldn't say it's because the market is red. We have the volume. A lot of blue chip stocks are down pretty good, decent amount. Nvidia's down 1.67%. AMD 1.8%. Tesla's actually green. Amazon is down almost 1%. Apple is down 1.5%. Microsoft's pretty even. So yeah, I don't think we got dragged down with the market at all. That's definitely not what I would put this dump on. Probably Amy's boiler room doing that. Is that that? Is that that girl that keeps like shitting on us? I don't like her. If you're short a stock, just short it. You don't got to be an asshole, you know? Check Discord. You guys are quiet, man. I'm gonna need some of you guys to say something. That's why we with Ortex. All right, guys, up 9% a day, 94 cents. We are trying to do a double bottom here. We got rejected at $1 or 99.83 or something like that. We're starting to get a nice little curl and a nice little higher high here, starting to build on the 15-minute chart. We are now crossed over on the MACD on the 15-minute and on the stochastic. If we go to the hour is now ready to make a move back up as well. If you look at the actual chart on the 1 hour, it looks like it's ready for reversal. On the 4 hour, we still got room to go down here. But we are holding KC bands, the middle band, which is good. So technically speaking, we are not looking too bad. We're not looking too bad. David says very good stuff. Thank you. He works for Doug? Who's Doug? Is that like Ken Griffin's brother or what? Who's Doug? Doug Funny? Pumpy says bad guys get way too many exemptions. Right? You ain't even lying, man. It's ridiculous. You know, if... Let me turn the music down a little bit. There we go. If they really need to create liquidity, right? Because that's their job. It's 100% understandable. Okay, there are manipulators out there. There's companies that lie, right? Their whole company has one employee in a PO box in South Detroit or Maryland or Delaware or something, right? They'll have one employee there, and it's a shell company. And they'll try to pump the stock, and yeah, you need block liquidity. Like, I understand why market makers need exemptions. You can't just have every stock go to 1,000, right? I think where we have a problem is transparency. We should be able to get the same data at the same time that they do. If they are using rehypothecation, they shouldn't be allowed to hide it. Okay? We should be able to know. That way we're able to get out. If we see that a stock's manipulated and they're going to short it, then we should be able to know so we get out. The problem is, that's not what they do. They pretend to be the good guys, but in reality, they just stick us with a bill for everything, right? They buy their yachts. They make all their money off of us. They use this for liquidity when they need a stock to run up, and they use this as an exit when they need to get out. We are the piggy bank for the stock market, for institutions, for brokers. Right? Payment for order flow is now everywhere. Apparently, not Vanguard. Fidelity never used to be a payment for order flow broker. Charles Schwab is now a payment for order for broker. You used to be able to route your shares straight to the New York Stock Exchange, right? For a fee. Commissions. They took that away. So once they took that option away and they get paid for every trade, brokers really don't care about you buying or selling. They're getting paid regardless. Right? They take your shares, they lend them out, they get paid. You buy on payment for order flow, no matter what broker, they get paid by the market maker. Your shares never ever hit the lit market. They get internalized. It's rare. I think Interactive Brokers might be the only legitimate broker right now. Who knows how long that'll last? Maybe it's time we all go to the Bahamas and use their brokerage. If we're gonna get scammed, might as well do it. Might as well do it with a chance to make money, right? Oh, you're talking about? Oh, Doug is. Oh, okay. Doug from Virtu. That makes a lot of sense then. I got you, B Dub. I didn't know that. That's why I don't like her. Zachary says, I can't see Roger diluting or doing anything to affect the stock price now. No, I mean, he can still do stuff. Those buybacks are not illegal, guys. He has to follow the safe harbor rules. But that's nothing. He's not affecting the stock in any type of way. He's buying back shares. He has every right to do so. It's his company. He has every right to buy the stock as well. It's his company, right? As long as he stays within regulations, he can still affect the stock price. Definitely. Pumpy says, Interactive Brokers still not PFOF. I don't think so. I use Interactive Brokers. You still got to route your shares though. Oh, I use everything. I use Charles Schwab too, Robinhood, but Robinhood I use for options. It's just easy to use for options. I really don't play options that much. I did buy some GNS on Friday though on Robinhood. Exactly, mid. That's what I've been saying. I said that during the stream earlier. Why would Roger dilute after you bought a ton of shares? It makes no sense. 93.66 up 8.54% a day. Volume has died off again. 60.61. We got 2 hours left on the trade day, or 3 hours. 3 hours left on trade day. We might not see this move back up to the upside until power hour, the end of power hour. Their main goal is going to be to hold this box, just like they've been doing, right? That's their entire goal, is to stay within this little section here. 89 cents is now our biggest support. On the daily, that has been huge support. Look at this. One, oh, that was resistance there, but it touched anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's been over a month worth of trading days where it's hit 89 and rejected or used as a support. And that's where our gap fill was, coincidentally. All right. Let's see if we go back down to 89. That's the reason I brought it up. We're trading at 93.84. So we try to do a double bottom, and we're currently being rejected here. There is resistance on this middle band here of a KC band, which is around 97, 96.20. It's failing to hold above that. But these bands are starting to curl up. This is the only indicator I like to use. I will put the VWAP on here. We are below the VWAP, which is ironically at the identical spot that the middle KC band is at. This is pretty wild. Algorithms at their best. Gotta love the algos. So on Discord, KTR posted FINRA is OTC compliance unit. Okay, so that switched because of Weeble. Like I said, they used to say OTC on there, so that makes perfect sense. Thank you, KTR. Appreciate it. Oh wait, he put. Wait, I gotta read. I gotta read what he put on there. FINRA itself executed the trade as part of a regulatory oversight of the OTC market. This typically happens when FINRA is closing out a failing position for a broker. So that's my whole theory with the NSCC. So if that's happening, then a cash in lieu payment is probably what's going to end up happening for us. I still believe they are 100% trying to avoid getting to discovery. So this typically happens when FINRA is closing out a failing position for a broker dealer that did not deliver shares or payments. That's the whole ERL thing. These are forced liquidation trades and are almost always sells. Not these ones. And market to close another. They are paying to FINRA. FINRA is the entity forcing the transaction. Okay. Well, if it's the NSCC or FINRA, somebody better be watching this and doing something for us. For once. It's good to know I wasn't going crazy with this, though. It's good to know. B-Dub says that Roger wouldn't be diluting, it's just FUD. I agree. It is FUD. And I might have been a part of that FUD because I gave a few scenarios of what's happening, but it's just being honest. I'm not trying to scare anybody, right? That's why I kept saying that. But there's only a few possibilities of this happening. Based off the low dark pool numbers. Actually, let's go look at that. Let's see. Cost to borrow has gone down. Shares available has stayed at 250,000. That is the latest update. As far as exchange volume, dark pool is below 50. We're at 39.38 for 2 consecutive days. Oh, he's back. He's back. SIBO, Stock Exchange America, NASDAQ. 37, 42, 47, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Yeah, the volume looks like it's adding up accurately. So dark pool under 40%, 39.38. Lit market has 60% of today's total volume hitting the actual market, which is pretty rare for GNS. Total volume is 60.74 million. Share price is currently at 91 cents, 92 cents. You got a musician in the background. Yeah, it's a complete change in off exchange, guys. If we go over here and look at since October 14th, you can see our dark pool has been in the high 60s, mid 70s. And Friday, the 14th, and today, it is below 40%. So the last 2 trading days, something has changed. And we've had volume. We escaped the zombie prison when it comes to volume, but not share price. They're still pinning the share price somehow. And now we're seeing this regulatory FINRA OTC trading here. Let's actually, can I change this? Times the sales filter. Here we go. So we'll trade the quantity to 1,000 and we'll see a lot more action on that times the sales. And for those who are wondering, when I day trade or look at a stock, I typically would like to see the times of sales start squeezing on the 5,000 and above filter for times of sales. So here we have all FINRA, a lot of buys from FINRA. We did have a NASDAQ purchase down here. Excuse me. I don't think this is over, guys. It's going to be interesting. $91.10. Your buy execution sounds like a squeaky toy. Shh. Don't tell my secrets away. Bumpy says, so if FINRA is buying, would that not make the price go up? See, that's the thing. It's a regulator. A regulator. I don't know. You would think, right? This is its own off exchange, though. So this is like a different dark pool. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. Here's an order from NASDAQ. From NASDAQ. That must be an ETF or something. That's crazy. Somebody tell the stock we're on the New York Stock Exchange. And it goes back to FINRA. Dream Atlas asks or says, if you see a settlement in the future and no squeeze, then why we all look at the chart and want to see a squeeze to break out? Because on an open market squeeze, we're in control. Right? If it's a locked float, this could go up infinity, which is what they don't want to happen. There is no way to hedge here. Which means typically when they do a pump in dumps, they have a way to control the stock. Okay, they have an exit. So they'll put up some news or some social media post, pump a stock for a few days, right? Run it up, but they'll accumulate before they run it up, and there'll be option chains. So if things get out of control, they ride up like a gamma squeeze or whatever, right? And they could cover through the options. They could buy shares through options. With GNS and a stock like HKD that went to 2,500, that option wasn't available to them, right? It was a direct market squeeze. So when that happens, their only way to cover, and again, this is every rehypothecated share or alleged rehypothecated share, every alleged failure to deliver must be covered on top of the debt, on top of short positions to clear the book. With GNS has 60%, 60.3% or something of the entire float locked up in DRS or escrow. That means that they can't cover using those shares because they're locked up in a little locked box. That's the most important thing with the squeeze, right? That's why we want to squeeze. That's telling you that in reality, the float right now, the sandbox, is probably 53 million, give or take. It's not the shares outstanding of 87 million or the free float of 80 million. Okay? In reality, it's around 53 million. Now, one thing about the stock market, every share has an owner. Okay? So those 53 million shares are all owned by somebody. You own some, I own some. Typically, institutions and market makers own a lot as well, right? They use that to lend. That's why you get cost of borrows. Brokers could charge fees, right? With GNS, the institutional ownership was like 1.9 million, which means that 50 million of the shares held in street name in brokers are most likely you and me. This is why you see the bid and ask so wide sometimes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cents, and why the stock on a 15-minute candle can change 3, 4, 5%. It's impossible for that to happen in a normal, under normal market mechanics. So we want the squeeze to happen because we own the shares and the rest of them are locked up. Okay? The only way they would be able to cover is if all the DRS shares and escrow shares became available and we decided to sell. That's one scenario. Okay? The other way they could cover, I know I said only one way, but okay, 2 ways. The only other way they could cover on a squeeze, lit market squeeze, is the shelf offering that Roger has. But think about it. Roger values his company 100 times over $1. That's $100 per share. And he put 100 times plus. Excuse me. So what that's telling us is the guy's not going to use dilution until you're over triple digits. And even if he uses it then. So this is a giant trap. Okay? So it benefits the clearinghouses and brokers and the defaulting members for the NSCC to settle this in cash in lieu. So it resets everything. It gets rid of all the debt and everything with a cash in lieu payment. The problem is they're not trying to pay money to settle at a low amount. Okay? They don't want to settle something like this at $3 per share. I'm talking about Roger. Because Roger knows the value of his company. He's been tracking the what a CAT system should be tracking with share intel. So he's been tracking all this on his own, and he knows that there's manipulation here. Wes Christian is not going to take a case pretty much pro bono, knowing that he's not going to get paid. He obviously already seen data proving spoofing, which is why he's going for them for spoofing first. Right? He's going for the guaranteed win. But here's the thing when it comes to this lawsuit. It's the discovery part of the lawsuit. Okay? Because based on the failure to deliver, you're not going against hedge funds. You understand me? You're not going against nothing. You're going against regulators. You're going against market makers. The lawsuit is against the market makers. Or is Citadel Securities the market maker, or is that the hedge fund? Because there's two Citadels. It's the same Citadel, but that's another one of their manipulation tactics. They have two ways to manipulate you: through a hedge fund and through a market maker. Allegedly, Virtu's definitely a market maker, though. So when this goes to discovery, GNS is not alleged manipulation from a broker who could just deny everything with loans, lent out shares and stuff like that, right? With no proof, right? They don't have the tools for it. The market makers have the CAT system data. The clearinghouses have the CAT system data. You see what I'm getting at? If this goes into discovery, they're gonna put their whole manipulation game out, and it's gonna be bigger than GNS. Every stock in their mom that feels that they've been manipulated will now have the blueprint to sue the entire stock market, the regulators. Then they can go after brokers for being a part of it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's pretty much a hostage situation for them, okay? They can't let it squeeze because it could go up to an infinite number because the float's locked. And they can't settle because Roger is going to want money, value for his company. He's already done reverse splits. He wants what he thinks his company's worth. And the clearinghouses are not going to be able to do that. They don't want to do it until the last possible moment. Okay? So they just put us in this little box. They know that Roger was planning to do buybacks, okay? They know this because he has to get it approved, right? Once that got approved, that he could do buybacks, they knew this. The market makers, the clearinghouses, regulators, they all knew what was coming. So what do? They took the volume away from the stock. Why? Because there are safe harbor rules that I always talk about, which means he can only buy back in small amounts based off the VWAP and volume for a certain period. Okay? So that means Roger couldn't just do like a 10 million share buyback and cause the squeeze on its own, right? He can't do it because that would be him manipulating and he would get in trouble, right? So he can't do it. So he can only do small buybacks, which you see here done multiple times in the stock. But this was able to be controlled through share internalization, shorting, etc., right? People selling. Oh my gosh. Should I clip this? Did I just preach everything that goes on in about 10 minutes? One of you guys should clip it for me and send it to me. I don't want to do it. I just want to have beer and relax. We're trading at 92 cents for those listening. 61 million in volume. Let's get back to the chat. Stocks R says 40% of 60 million shares. That should be more shares in dark pool today than a long time combined. Yeah, there's, the other day, I might have a tweet of it. A tweet. A next. Do we still call it Twitter? I still call it Twitter. No, it wasn't that one. Damn, I've been tweeting a lot. My apologies. You guys put up with me? My apologies, guys. I didn't know I did that much tweeting. All right, this was from November 11th, so last week around what, Tuesday? We had these dark pool numbers at 71% off exchange, right? 874,000 in volume. And then the volume was 2.5 million. I'm not a math major, but 874,444 shares is not 71% of 2.5 million. Is it? No. The dark pool doesn't add up. Today's dark pool percentage was not 71%. This would be around 34% off exchange based off the off exchange volume and total volume. This is either a glitch or a lag, or maybe them lying to keep away investors. Crazy. Then a few days later, here we are. You see the dark pool is now lower, etc., etc., etc. Robert says, if he dilutes, would that increase the amount of shares he could buy back, adding to 20%? No, I don't think so. I don't know 100%, but I don't think so. I'd have to read the filing and the regulations for that. I know it's pointless diluting the buyback. Yeah, no, it's 100% pointless. I mean, adding to the float, it's giving them a way out. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. Mid says, I think even Roger is really surprised today. this is a shocking day, guys. This is you if you're gonna write a book on how to prevent a stock, you watched it happen today. I mean, a stock squeeze. You watch it today. A movie, I mean. They could make a movie just based off of this trading day today. I don't know who would play me. It'd have to be somebody handsome. I'm still liking the you said Robert says I'm still liking the technicals on the daily. A lot of room. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The only problem is technicals really don't mean anything here. At least they weren't for a while, right? For the reasons I explained not that long ago. They got ahead of those buybacks. You know, one reason we had this run up, and I talked about that on the video I made yesterday, was that there was an offering done over here after the stay got lifted. The one where we bought Bitcoin with, right? And it created real supply, like real shares, real dilution. And the market makers did an accumulation here. Look, check this shit out. This is kind of what we're going through right now, right? But at a higher price range. They took all the volume away. The offering they accumulated here, okay, through time, and then Roger got approved for buybacks and to buy shares, and they had supply. So since they had a supply, real supply, where they could control the stock, it ran. It ran with this buy, and it ran to 1.92, to $1.92. And on the way up, they used that those shares, that dilution that went from 21 million public float to 53 million, where we are today. I think you can verify it on your own. You can do the math. They used that supply, the real supply. Now we have fake supply. They used that real supply, and they tanked it down, right? And then, like I said earlier, they took away the volume. They turned us into a zombie stock, and here we are. Here we are today, about a month, 2 months later, fighting to break out with the lawsuit volume and being pinned back down in the same range once again. Let's see what's going on. Discord, nothing's going on there. Who's KTR on Discord? You're gonna have to show me where you found that about the FINRA. Send me a message if you can. 92 cents, guys, on the trading day. Still below VWAP. Still pinned in this box. It looks like we're back to being put in the cage. We need to see some movement by the end of the trading day. If we get some covering, if this is real supply, if we see some profit taking and some covering, we could definitely go back up to around $1.23. However, if this is regulators or market makers controlling the stock, pinning it down, it looks like we'll stay below 98 cents. We'll probably pin between 98 and 89, maybe even 85. We'll say 98 and 85 for tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we could have some of these internalized shares hit the market in a controlled way. You might see dark pool go up again, and you could go back up to $1.05 and come back down again. That's what I think, in my opinion, is the scenario we're at right now. Man. What's the price target if this does GME style? A range of 50 to 100 or 10 to 20? Oh, if this thing went GME style, this would be an HKD event, brother. This would be like the MOAS everybody's asking for. This is why they're not letting it happen. You guys remember when we all jumped on Kevin Malone for talking about options? That's something they could end up doing to get out of this. They could find a way to control this back up. I don't even know if this is possible. It's probably not. I'm probably just talking on my booty. But they could pump this up. I think you could start options at what could SIBO do? $3? If we traded at $3 for a few days? If they start an options chain, then maybe they could let it squeeze in that regard and cover that way, right? Potentially. I don't know if they can or not. I'd have to see. But that's just me spitballing. Maybe that way we could have a lit market squeeze, and it could be controlled to prevent it from hitting like 200, $300, and they could hedge their bets and they could cover on the way down and on the way up, make money. Uh, that'll probably keep brokers from defaulting. But without options chain, they're fighting this to the death. 91 cents. Let's go look at Roger. Where are you, Roger? Go get him. Yeah, I thought today was the day, guys. I really did. I like my I like to like my own messages. BK says, can you prove to retail you're not diluting? It would solve everything they question. Did we reply to that? Nah. I don't think he does. I don't think he needs to prove it. I think I don't see it happening. I'm gonna stick to what I said earlier. Yeah, everybody still has to call in. 20-minute wait times. I've seen from multiple brokers. 20-minute wait times to get a buy order in. Let's see. Zach on Discord says, "Is there a downside to DRSing shares?" Yeah, there is, but there's also an upside. Um, the downside, there's a few, okay, but if everybody did it, if everybody DRS their shares, the downside would not exist. Okay, I think the downside for some people is it costs money to do it. So on top of your shares, you got to pay to DRS your shares. The upside is that those are your physical shares. They're no longer in street name; they're in your name, right? Held at a third party, at a what is it, V stock? the the other downside is in the event of a massive squeeze. Okay, now most squeezes last multiple days. Okay, like a squeeze like this would probably last a few days, potentially even a few weeks, maybe even months. Who knows? There's different types of squeezes, right? But if you got put in a scenario where the squeeze is so volatile, where it's only a 1 day pump, and you didn't, you wouldn't have the chance to get out immediately. You know what I mean? You have to call in, you have to deal with it, then you have to get your shares back. Even if they could sell for you, you still have to call in. Also, Zach, on the Discord, there's a whole thing on DRS. I think the answer's in there. I haven't DRS my shares yet. I was planning on doing some, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to see if I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it again. What I'd like to do is accumulate some more shares, right? To where I could comfortably DRS shares and still have shares in street name, just in case. But right now, I don't have enough shares for me to do that. I'd like to have a lot of shares for me to be able to do that. And I don't know, with all this manipulation, all these tricks that they do, my comfort level is not very high after today, to be honest. I think this is going to go to cash and lieu. I still believe that. We'll see what happens here in the next few days, though. Or honestly, the next hour and a half. A lot of times, these stocks pump at the end of the day into after hours when the attention dies down. So we'll see. Remember, though, this isn't a typical stock. That's the only problem. Uh, is your name anything or New York thing? It hit $2.65 US dollars in Germany time. Yeah, yeah. I literally posted that this morning or last night, like at 12. Oh, excuse me. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, right here, the one with Bards. But it looks like we will open pre-market around $1.91 USD, right? That's because of the German markets. If it would have held those levels, or at least $1.50, $1.20, $1.30, anything, by 7 a.m., they would have got caught in a margin sweep. But magically, you saw what happened. So yeah, it was trading at $2.65 in Germany. Once it hit the United States, they kicked it into high gear, apparently. Look, that's one thing that bothers me. This is so blatant here. I mean, we have screenshots of all this. And look at this. The high was 145. 145 was the high. $1.45. Not $1.91. Not $2.65. It was $1.45. And we came straight back down. As if nothing happened, right? If they diluted, there'd be an SEC update. Yeah, there'd be a filing. They already have the offering approved, though. So it wouldn't take very long. Kenneth says Roger needs to add brokers to the lawsuit. 100%. Definitely. He said he was going to do it, right? I believe I saw that on his X account. For those just listening, we're trading at 91.10, 91 cents, volume 61.59. That's completely died off as soon as we got put back in prison. So this little green box here is our prison. I talk about it all the time on Discord. That's the prison. Roger needs to add GNS to the Asian exchange ASAP. That would be smart. You know what Roger should do? Maybe you should take the company private. How about that? How about this? How about this, Roger? You go private. We all DRS our shares. And then what are they gonna do? I'll take 1,000 per share at that point. Nah, can you imagine the regulators there? They would never allow that to happen. That'd be nice though. When does discovery begin? That could take a while. Discovery, listen, what's going to end up happening is they're going to file for a motion to dismiss right away, probably this week. Citadel will probably do that. I don't know when we would hear about it, but they're going to avoid discovery. Okay, it could take months. It could take a few months, depending on the judge, depending on various factors. Right? KK would probably answer that better than I could, but I know they would definitely contest it and file for a motion right away, so they could keep continuing to do this. Right? The problem that they have doing that, it doesn't solve anything. Okay, it doesn't solve the ERL debt, the failure to delivers, the rehypothecated shares. It doesn't solve any of that. They're still owing all that debt. Okay, they still have to pay cost to borrow. All the shares that are lent out, they're still responsible for those payments. Not only that, they're still going to be responsible for litigation, for hiring lawyers. And those lawyers for this kind of thing, for them, are not going to be cheap. It's a not, they don't have a win-win. It's not a win regardless of what they do. There's nothing they can really do about it, guys. They just, we'll see what they do, but I think Roger should just take his private. Should I text him? I mean, text him. Should I message him on X? I wish I could text him. BW says, I saw a post from attorney Mark Basile. Oh, yeah, for the RICO, stating the broker buy button suit would have to be filed as a separate case. Yeah, I think that's why Roger said he's going to. He was warning the brokers over the weekend. It's going to be a separate case. That's fine, though, because it's still going to be intertwined, right? Or not if, but when it goes to discovery, they're going to have all the data and brokers are going to be part of it. So if everybody wants to get sued, that's fine. But the main thing here with this discovery thing is, again, every company that feels they got manipulated is going to do the same thing. They're going to follow suit. It's not going to be a class action suit, okay? It's going to be individual lawsuits, and it's going to get way too expensive. Did you miss this? What'd you miss, Jason? Do you speak German? Look, I have a screenshot of it. Where is it? Can you use a magnifying glass on it? Glass. Glass on X? Anybody know? Can I zoom in on this? Oh, inspect properties, inspect Q. Whoops. I don't know how to zoom in, but you could see it right here. See the chart? Yeah, see that? And this is not dollars, this is euros. I don't know if you know, but a euro is more than $1. So yeah, that's factual. We were over $2, guys. 91.25 volume has completely died. We opened the day. The market opened at $1.05. The high was $1.06, and the low has been 88.29. Back in prison. There was just a FINRA buy of 98,700. OTC. Off exchange, 98,700. Purchase. On the times and sales at 10:46:23, so a little over a minute ago. The VWAP? What are you talking about, the VWAP? No, it's a VWAP. Is the VWAP a 50? I don't even know. I don't trade VWAP, guys. I trade market structure. I do use these KC bands. If this is a zombie stock and pinned by big guys, then why we see 50% up after hours Friday? They lose control a little bit. Yeah, they lost control. They've lost control multiple times. Look. Every time there was a buyback or insider buying, they lost control. See? They lost control here. They lost control here. But they brought it right back into the box. So yeah, after hours with when GNS, remember, GNS is the one that halted the stock. So even though they knew it was coming, they got caught with surprise and it ran up a little bit. But as you can see from today, they fought it back down. The question is this real supply, or are these failure to deliveries, and are we about to run up? That's the question. We'll find out in the next day, maybe even the next 2 hours. We'll see. But you think that they never lose control completely, end up with a settlement? They could definitely lose control if we got enough buying power. You remember GME? That's what happened with GME. They were doing their best to control it, and eventually there must have been a margin call on the day with a lot of volume, a lot of buying pressure, and they lost control and it ran up. But the only thing is, GME, on top of the buying pressure, ran up because of a gamma squeeze, right? There was a lot of volume and options. And that Gave guy was pretty dumb. That was a dumb move. 92.50. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Jesus says Roger dumped us. What you mean? Are you guessing, or are you just saying it? Because it makes no sense if you did that. Who posted that? Somebody asked Roger that. Did he answer it? Oh, it's BK. Nah, he didn't answer him. Nah, man, I really don't think he would do that. This is pretty crazy. I know it's one of the scenarios that would cause this to happen, especially with dark pool being so low, right? And the lit market being so high, and the pure selling that we got. But even if that was it, this available shares here would be crazy, right? This cost to borrow would probably go to zero if he diluted. You know what I mean? You can't fake cost to borrow. You can fake supply, but you can't fake the cost of borrow, right? These are real fees. I think this is through FINRA. Some different programs like Ortex and stuff, they'll have a different cost to borrow, but it'll be close because they use averages from the highest lender and the lowest lender, if that makes any sense. So it'll be a little bit different, but it remains. They both have a high cost to borrow. All right, 93. Did we hit 93? No, 92. This looks primed and ready to reverse on the 15-minute, guys. I'm telling you, we could be making a move back up to $1.12, $1.13, $1.23, depending on how it goes off of that. You're gonna have big resistance at $1 though. But if you get up over this VWAP and there's a big whale comes in or Roger buys or somebody buys, you can make a nice move up here. The structure here is already ready to reverse. This whole dumping in the ladder movement, we started consolidating, right? So it looks like we're ready to make a move up. We could come up only to $1.13 and then continue to come back down, maybe to 80, 85 cents, 80. But for now, it makes more sense that we're ready to make a move up. Whether that happens after hours or power hour, we'll see. There is big support at 88.29. That's where we had the gap. That's a multi day, almost a month worth of candles that use that as resistance or support. Dream Atlas says, "Thanks for the answers, man. Appreciate it." Yeah, my pleasure, man. I'm sorry you guys had to witness this, man. I mean, I'm sorry for myself, but I mean, it sucks. I really do feel bad for people that were so excited over the weekend, right? And then, I mean, they had every right to be excited. In Europe, this goes over $2 per share. And as soon as it comes here, the persons we have, or GNS has alleged manipulation lawsuit against, do alleged manipulation on steroids, right? So it sucks, man. I know you guys went through it today, but you're not alone. I'm here with you. I'm doing my best to give you different scenarios or of potentially what I think is going on. Ultimately, I have no clue. I'm not FINRA. I'm not the NSCC. I'm not Roger. I'm not Wes. I'm not Citadel, right? I'm just a guy with a Frenchie and a couple beers in the fridge, you know? I'm just one of you guys. But don't get too down on yourselves. This is one day. It's been a long journey. Hang in there. Robert says I took the day off of work for this today. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one, brother. I don't know what to tell you on that one. You got me on that one. That's what we're talking about, bro. Is your name? Is it a New York thing? I can't see. I need glasses. I don't want to keep butchering your name, brother. We were talking about that. It makes no sense, right? The high says 145, but in the European market, in the German market, it was over $2. That's the whole point. If Roger's tracking this with share intel, he got a lot of information today. Hey, look, a couple Nasdaq orders. Cool. Pumpy says, sickening how they can control the market and get away openly breaking the rules. Yeah. And today, it's like they don't even care. It doesn't even bother them, right? They know they're a part of a lawsuit now, and they don't care. It'll be interesting to see what happens. 90-70. 62 million in volume. It's crazy that they're trying to prove us wrong so bad. They're not. They're proving us right. They're not proving us wrong at all. This is going to be an easy lawsuit if you ask me. They're going to have the best lawyers in the world to fight this. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be them. I don't know. I wish they would put that like on TV so we could watch it. You know? I would love to watch that court hearing. This is something that we're gonna need a Congress one day that goes after these guys. That's the only way this is gonna get fixed. Aside from a lawsuit win. We need regulators for regulators. It's gonna have to be like a free, like something that you can't manipulate, right? Like company that we pay as taxpayers or something that has nothing, no involvement. You can't bribe. You can't do anything that watches regulators with authority to punish them with prison. That's what I want to see happen. That's what I want to see. The future doesn't matter to them. It's about the present. Yep. Yep. And the thing with that is like a lot of it's understandable, right? There's nothing wrong with shorting. If it's justified, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the abuse that they're allowed to abuse it is crazy. Like the SPY having a bad day, right? That shouldn't give hedge funds and market makers the right to dump everything, right? Even if stocks are part of an ETF or something like that, there should be a way that they don't get dragged down with everything the way they do. A lot of these companies, especially in pharmaceutical, I mean, if somebody is trying to cure cancer, if it's not a scam company, why do you short it? I don't know. All of these regulations are ridiculous. And the crazy part is that they let these guys make their own rules, right? The SEC just like twiddles their thumbs, plays with themselves in a corner somewhere, goes after little fish instead of going after the bad guys, right? The bad guys pretty much control them. I know all this is alleged. All this is alleged. I'm just venting a little bit. Every company is a scam company to these scammers. That's how they project. That's why they're given the market maker exceptions, right? They get every right to consider stock manipulated or abused or whatever, and they could do all this internalizing and controlling. You say you waited 3 years for this shit action? Nah. If you would have woke up early enough, you had a nice move. Dang, how'd you get your name? You got lucky with your name, Sean. You got the money sign. You got away with it. About to buy this dip? Let's go. Hopefully we reverse right here. We've been oversold already for hours. Thirsty. You know what comes after being oversold? Money. Is that the answer? Money? You become overbought. We're going back down to 88.29. It looks like. Maybe not that low. I guess we don't have to. Anywhere between 90.15 and 88.29. Currently trading 90.83, up 5.26% on the day. It sure doesn't feel like we're green, does it? It feels like we're red. It feels like we got killed. 62.38 in volume. It's a VWAP, bruh. See right here? VWAP. I mean, the only good thing you could look at it from a trading perspective is on this run up from Friday afternoon, you're at a demand zone. So if this is institutions that brought it up, or if it's regulators that brought it up, they try to accumulate some shares right here, and hopefully they pump it back up here from this area.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll go from there. Someone just subbed. I didn't see who it was, but welcome in here. I just heard the sound. Bloodied once again. That was a terrible day, man. They're trying to make this red. Can you imagine? They'll probably do it too. I knew I should have got on here during the power hour. It kills you every time. What? Going from green to red? This would be nuts. time is it? 11:07 my time. I might have to get off and go eat here. Getting pretty hungry. Oh, paper hands. We're gonna have to listen to this. Turn it up a little bit. Start that over. Let's take a 1 minute break, 2 minute break from me talking, and enjoy one song.
Started with a whisper, then a rumble, then a roar about a phantom dividend from a stock that ain't no more. Ticker ERL, a ghost up on the screen, left a trail of IAUs, the dirtiest I seen. WYCKOFF G went digging through the filings and the FUD, found the crime was bigger than he ever thought. Ticker's bleeding red again, feels like the pain won't ever end. My phone is blowing up another friend, asking if the whole damn thing is dead. So I tell the goofies, stand up here, our convictions all that's left to steer. And I tell the goofies that that won't disappear. Grab a joint, grab some whiskey, and drink some beer.
Hey. Alright, that's enough. Fire. I forgot I made that. Whoop. Battle of the Goofies. Let's go. Every time he plays a song, we see a green candle. It was 1 penny. Chill out. Or maybe I'm just built like that. Look at this. These bands are getting pretty squeezy. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. This looks like a reverse distribution right here. See this? I would love to come back up here to 105, come back test 98, and then come back up to $1.16 or whatever it is on the 15-minute. What's it on the 15-minute? $1.12. The small time frames are ready though. The 1 minute on a 62 million volume day. Look at these candles. Look at this barcode. Look at this. There's gaps here. Oh my goodness. They took the volume completely out of the stock. And it's actually not that bad on the 1 minute candles, guys. You have a 45,000 candle. 24, 25,000. Oh, that one's 5,000. There's still a lot of volume even though we're barcoding. It makes no sense. So just play music? Because it goes up every time? I could. I could just play music. Let's see if anybody said anything on Discord. Oh, we got level 2s in Discord. Oh, spoofing. Oh, there's a lot of spoofing on Discord. Or on the level 2s. 87 cents. $1. Yeah. No, nothing. Nothing on Discord. Oh, we had a nice move here to 94 cents on one candle. Jason says, freaking disgusting. Now what? They grind us daily? Uh, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. We got to see what happens with this reversal right here. Are we going to get a reversal? Is it going to come with volume? We're getting volume back in. Is it going to come? Is the move going to come ready to test these highs after market or tomorrow? There's a potential that we could run tomorrow morning when the stock doesn't have as much attention. Maybe this reversal right here breaks us out, right? We just have to break 145. It's not that far away. It doesn't take much to move the stock. 91.87, by the way. Reversal only if you play a song. All right, bet. I gotta go to the bathroom anyways. Which song you guys want? You guys want Goofy Days, Sublime Style? Do you guys want Short Squeeze, Reggae Style, another reggae squeeze play? Or do you want Paper Hands? Which song would you like to listen to? Paper Hands, Small Account Dreams, or the Sublime one, Goofy Days? Let me know and I'll play it. Short Squeeze? Of course you want Short Squeeze. We're not squeezing yet though. 91.88. 91.88. Volume is starting to move a little bit. There's more orders coming in on the times of sales. Not exactly whale volume, but volume nonetheless. Looks like some people are going to start buying here. On the 15-minute, we've been reversed on the MACD. We just haven't moved. And on the stochastic, which is pretty much a RSI, slow RSI. All right, so short squeeze, small account, big dreams. Brought to you by WYCKOFF G on the ones and twos. Enjoy.
Jano, we start small, but we dream big.
I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Goofy crew in the house, yeah. Small account, big art. Trading from the start. Every morning, check the chart, opening my soul, yeah. Babylon system trial is down, but we rise up, come back round. Goofy family all around, you be our strength seen. We keep pushing on till the breakthrough come. Short squeeze, set us free, set us free, from poverty, from poverty. Goofies we be, goofies we be. Small money, big dreams, nothing like it seems. Hold the line, hold the line. Freedom will be mine. Check the pre-market, watch it climb. Brothers texting all the time. Hold strong, now this our time, Jah will provide, yeah. Red candles try break our will, but Goofy crew standing still. Mountain high, we gonna climb, victory divine, see. We keep pushing on till the breakthrough come. Short squeeze, short squeeze. Set us free, set us free, from poverty, from poverty. Goofies we be, goofies we be. Small money, big dreams, $20 coin to financial freedom. Goofy crew believing, diamond hands, diamond hearts, together we no fall ever want, ever last. In the land we shall see our love, the righteousness of God, yeah.
Whoops, my bad. I'm back.
Righteousness of God.
I won't rob you from the chorus, but I'm gonna turn it off after.
Shot squeeze, shot squeeze. Set us free, set us free, set us free from poverty, from poverty. In a silent be. Goofies we be, goofies we be, echo we be. Small money, big dream. Nothing like it seems. No division, holy line, holy line. Till the end of time, freedom will be.
All right. No green candle. You guys lied. We're back. So we'll stay on here for a couple more minutes and then we'll get out of here if no reversal happens. You know, what's going to end up happening is as soon as I get off, this is going to start running. And I'm going to have to come back and start the stream again, right? If that happens. But I won't come back and stream unless we're over $1.20. This is too painful. Been too painful of a day. I got to get up and walk around. It's in for a few hours. Is there anything you guys want to go over one last time before I get out of here? Now would be the time. Let's go short squeeze these mother effers. Yeah, I like that. Short Suck says, Roger said he would post letters to share with our brokers. Yeah, he said that over the weekend. He did say that. I do need that to share with my broker and see Roger follow through. He posted that. Maybe we should all send a screenshot of that to every broker. Should we all do that? Maybe we should all email them with pictures of what Roger said. How about that? Let's make a bot that sends out the emails like every 5 minutes. Just spam them. Spam them. Put the buy button back. Bring it back right now. What's max pain? There's no options. Max pain is every day on GNS. How many buybacks does he plan on doing? There's not going to be a set amount of buybacks, Zach, because it's not about the amount of buybacks, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the amount of money, right? And based on safe harbor rules, he can only do it based on VWAP and volume and at certain times. So he's already done a few of them, but if you notice, they weren't like crazy buybacks, right? I wouldn't be shocked if you saw a buyback tomorrow, to be honest. Maybe the next day. After seeing this price action, if it was me, obviously I don't speak for any of them, but if it was my company, I would have done a buyback today. I would do one right now. All this shorting that they did or whatever they did here, I would buy it up. I think tomorrow you should be able to buy a good amount because today's volume is 62.63 million. So the volume will end up being probably around 70 million, hopefully. That'll increase his amount for a buyback. So it's not about how many, it's about what he's allowed to do per buyback. You know what I mean? On the bright side, guys, for those that are still in here, on the left side, if you look at the the market, It's a bloody red day again, guys. The SPY's almost down 1 whole %. If it drops, how much time's left? Another hour and a half. It could be another correction today for the stock market, at least for the SPY. And we're green. The only green on the left side over here for me are inverted to the market. The VIX, the VIX for volatility, and the SQQQ, which is inverted to the market. So who knows? Who knows what could happen here? Maybe today, at the end of the day, we could have that giant run, right? We're not out of it yet. I don't want you guys to give up. We got our sobbing out of the way. Okay, we suffered. It's it's time to move on from that part of our psychological journey, right? It's time to get back to fighting. If you're still in the stock, it's time to continue the fight, guys. We got the cry for a few hours. We got to go over things and possibilities of what's going on, right? I'll do some more research here today when I get a chance. But aside from that, guys, it's time to go back on offense. Yes, we're back in the stupid little box, but it's not over, right? Today was just one battle. We'll get back to it and see what happens. Still have faith in Roger. I do. And hopefully he does something for us to keep up morale. Because morale is low right now. Psychology at its best. There's a big sell order. 28,858. So trading at 91.19. Volume's not changing, so that's probably gonna mean I'm gonna get out of here. Let's see. Should have been more clear. What's the amount of money he planned on using for buybacks? Oh, I don't have that on me. Oh, that was on filings. That was on the filings though. I don't know. I'll look it up for you, and I'll be on Discord, and I'll tell you. I'm gonna go eat something. I gotta make a few phone calls. Pumpy says Roger has to jump through hoops to stay in compliance with regs, and these dirtbags do as they like. Exactly. They don't have rules. They regulate themselves. The regulators. The sound of your dog's squeaky toy sounds like my knee in the morning. That's not good. You need to get that checked out. Get that checked out, loaded. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the Discord if you're in there. If not, we'll try to do a live stream if something pops off here. If not, I'm gonna do some research and see what I can find if there's anything new. But hang in there, guys. Hang in there. I'll be around, okay? I'll be around if you need me. You know where to find me. Peace out.